We welcome you to Kalamazoo, Michigan on the campus of Western Michigan University. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio from a raucous Lawson Ice Arena tonight, where this evening the final game of the regular season will be played in the NCHC between the home Western Michigan Broncos and the visiting Miami RedHawks. We welcome you inside Lawson Ice Arena. Glad you're with us. Patrick Geshan with you here riding solo for this one tonight. Well, last night these two teams met and it was all Western Michigan. In the offensive end of things, they won it by a score of 5-2, and tonight on senior night the Broncos have already locked up home ice for the NCHC playoffs next weekend. They will finish fourth at the very worst in the NCHC standings with 38 points coming into tonight. They could move up to third, and third place right now the Denver Pioneers. Let's say Western Michigan wins this game tonight and gets 3 points in the NCHC standings. If Denver were to get 2 points tonight, the Western Michigan and Denver would tie each other. Western Michigan owns the tiebreaker, so they would move up into third. Denver would be fourth. That means Western Michigan would host Omaha next weekend instead of St. Cloud State. If Western Michigan finished fourth, then they would host the Huskies of St. Cloud State next weekend. On the other side of things for Miami, 8-20-5 overall, 5-15-3 coming into this season. And for the RedHawks after the loss last night and Colorado College losing last night in a shootout to Denver, the RedHawks are now locked into 7th place in the NCHC standings. So for Miami, it's only a matter of where are you going now. The RedHawks know what place they're in. And that is the question coming into tonight. The RedHawks could end up in 2 places, North Dakota or Minnesota Duluth. If North Dakota were to lose tonight against Omaha and Minnesota Duluth were to win and get 3 points, they play St. Cloud State, then Minnesota Duluth would move to number 1, North Dakota would be 2. That means Miami would go to North Dakota, but if Miami were to lose tonight and Minnesota Duluth, or it doesn't really matter what Miami does, I guess, but if Minnesota Duluth were to lose tonight at St. Cloud, North Dakota got any amount of points tonight against Omaha, then Miami would be going to the second seeded Minnesota Duluth. So that's our layout going into this one tonight here on Red Hawk Radio. Let's join the public address here at Western Michigan University for our starting lineups.
Number 13, Derek Dashke. Also on defense, number 5, Jack Clement. Number 31, Ryan Larkin. On to led by head coach Chris Bergeron, assisted by Derek Shooty and Eric Brew. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your hats down for the playing of our national anthem.
Western Michigan University, and the Lawson Lunatics are back. It was spring break in Western Michigan last week, and pretty light student crowd last night, but tonight the students back in town for the Saturday night affair between Miami and Western Michigan. Your starting goaltenders for tonight's game will first go with the visiting RedHawks. It's number 31, Ryan Larkin of Clarkston, Michigan. The 6'1", 195 senior made the start last night, gave up 5 goals, 7-2 and 12-2 on the year is his record. 3.41 goals against average, 903 save percentage for Western Michigan. Ben Blacker, the senior, will get the start in net. Last night they played Brandon Bussey, the freshman, for Blacker. 5'10", 170 out of Oakville, Ontario. 8 appearances this year, 3.09 goals against, 889 save percentage, 0-1-1 record on the year. Miami, their away red uniforms with the white numbers on the back. White Miami across the front and the white number on the front. Home whites for Western Michigan. Black number on the back. Western Michigan in black across the front. For our referees tonight, the same crew as last night. Nathan Wheeler, Sterling Egan are your referees. Dan Cohen, John Philo are your linesmen here from Lawson Ice Arena this evening. And we talked at the very top, if you're just joining us, about the playoff scenarios. Basically, in a nutshell, Western Michigan could finish 3rd or 4th in the standings after tonight. They know that they will be back here at Lawson Ice Arena for the playoffs next weekend for Miami. They are locked into 7th place. The only question right now, where are they going next weekend? It could either be North Dakota or Minnesota Duluth. We'll talk all about the scenarios and the situations as we go throughout the night, and we'll be watching the games going on across the league very closely as well tonight, as 4 of them across the NCHC will be happening tonight. We have ours at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The next games will get underway at the top of the hour, 8:07 Eastern Time. St. Cloud State, Minnesota Duluth, North Dakota Omaha will get underway then. So they're at center ice here to get things underway from Lawson Ice Arena at Kalamazoo. This crowd fired up in a pretty packed ice arena tonight. This place seats about 3,800, I'd say about 3,500. are in the building this evening. Austin Rushoff, Casey Gilling will square off at center ice in the draw. An all-senior starting lineup for the Broncos in their final regular season home game of the year. And Miami gets the puck deep here off the opening draw, and Austin Rushoff will chase it back for Western Michigan to play it up the near wing. Meeting it there was Dawson DiPietro for the Broncos. RedHawks keep it in at the right point on a Karch Bachman backhander deep into the zone. Back in the near corner, Casey Gilling to the right point for Green, who tried to pass it across the line, but instead Dashke has to grab it at center ice. And now Jack Clement, right wing, the cross ice feed over to Green. And his shot from high in the zone was gloved down by Blacker, but instead it will be played up the wing. Blacker was taken out right after the whistle, and they just put Bussey in as Western Michigan exits the zone, or enters the zone offside rather. So they announced in the starting lineup that it was going to be Ben Blacker, the senior. But now when you look to my right, where Western Michigan's goal that they defend is, Brandon Bussey, who played last night, is in the net. 33 games for him, 2.6 goals against, 912 save percentage, 17-12-4 on the year is Bussey, who played in the game last night and played in the previous two against Miami when these two teams met in Oxford in February. Puck rimmed around the boards to the near corner. Ryan Savage plays it behind the net for Ronnie Yaddard. Western Michigan here works it up the far wing. Cole Gallant played it off the high glass, back up that far side where Work Russell pokes it behind the net. Bussey past the near corner. Mateus Samuelson on it, gave it up for Kingston near wing. And a puck kick back to center where it's grabbed here by Frederick. He goes off the glass, gloved down by Mateus Samuelson. Cross ice feed over the line on the right wing. Gallant got to the middle. Kingston here on the far half wall for Western Michigan. Plays it on the right point. Ronnie Yaddard hits the brakes far half wall, walks it to the middle. Pass to the left point for Mateus Samuelson. His wrist shot deflected in front wide to the far corner. Western Michigan gets it there. A centering feed across, tipped out by Gallant. And it goes out of play off of Miami's stick, actually. Faceoff will stay in the zone, and we are 1 minute 27 seconds into the first period here for Kalamazoo tonight. It'll be Monty Graham to take the draw for the RedHawks. He goes up against Austin Rushoff. Rushoff the clean win back to the left point, and we got a penalty coming up here right off the draw. It's going to be interference, and I think on Western Michigan as Wade Allison came through and knocked Ben Lown over near the left point of the Western Michigan offensive zone. And it is in fact Allison who will go to for interference to the Philadelphia Flyers draft pick. So Miami will get an early power play here, just 90 seconds into the game. A Miami power play that ranks pretty high in the NCAA, 15th in the nation, 22.3%. They were 1 for 3 last night. Ducks get converted 4 of their past 14 power play attempts. And the puck behind the net, Ronnie Adder up the wing for Courtnall, chips it back to center. Paul Washy has it there and gives it back for Casey Gilling, who grabs it for Miami. Gilling near corner, the dish back for Derek Dashke up through center ice. Feeds it left wing, here's Gordon Green, chips it over the line to the near corner, grabbed by Casey Gilling for the RedHawks. Gilling the backhand play, trying to go to the right point, it was picked off there by Washy. Puck to the corner, Barry centers it in front, Green wide open, waits to shoot, and he scores! Gordon Green, the senior, puts Miami on the board first, got a feed from the corner and ripped it, a wrist shot over the glove side of Bussey. And with 1:26 to go in the power play, not even 3 minutes in, the RedHawks lead at 1-0. And the active leader in NCHC career points does that one. Gordon Green with his 48th career goal, 115th career point in the league. On the power play here, and the RedHawks take the lead on the road. And of course, this game, in all grand scheme of things, really means nothing for Miami because they know where they're finishing in the standings. Western Michigan still has something to play for. They can finish as high as 3rd in the league. They know they're going to be home next weekend, but the RedHawks in their final regular season game, I guess you want to get some momentum going here before the playoffs next weekend. Lesky chips it over the line to the left wing. Far corner, Camley wraps it to the near half wall. Clement pokes it back to center. Ethan Frank with it for Western Michigan. Cuts across the offensive zone. The puck to the corner. Frederick pinches Frank against the boards. Lesky up the far wall. The play to the near side. It's gone back to center. Lee able to keep it in actually on the left point for Western Michigan. Back to the far corner. Grabbed here by Josh Pastel. Up the wing for Ben Lau. Chips it over the line here on the right wing and back behind the net. Bussey grabs it for Western Michigan. Left it for Joyo here in the corner. Spins free for Bussey. Play far wing for Hugh McGinn. He's over the RedHawk line right wing. Gave it to the far wing for Pastel. In front, the puck went. Kingston trying to come down the middle, but Larkin covered it up in front of his pads with 16:54 to go in the first. That's the first Western Michigan shot on the evening. And a 3-on-2 back the other way. It was on the right wing. Western Michigan had the puck, the centering play in front, and Rhett Kingston had it for the Broncos down the middle, but unable to get a shot off Larkin the cover before Kingston could get there. Face off to Larkin's left. And it's Casey Gilling and Paul Washy. A clean win for Washy, but all the way back to neutral ice and beyond. As coming down to the far corner is Karch Bachman. Brings it around the boards in the near wing for Gordon Green. Gets to it for the RedHawks. Pulling here in the near corner for Western Michigan. Over to Ronnie Adder, and he's up the right wing. A pass to Washy at the RedHawk line, but chipped into the Miami bench with 16:37 to go here in the first. And the face-off here, they're going to say, will be at center ice. And that is where Carter Johnson and Austin Rushop will square off. As that puck is won back to the Western Michigan end. Broncos were really good on faceoffs last night. They won the faceoffs 33-17. More than twice what Miami could win. Western Michigan plays it in front of the offensive net. It's tipped around. Nobody can get a stick on it. Carter Johnson grabs the puck off the glass back to center. Sladek over the Bronco line. Feeds it left wing. A shot from Capstick. Blocker to the near half wall by Bussey. Mose puts it behind the net. Sladek grabs it there. Far corner. Indirect pass left point. Capstick on the forehand. The shot deflects before it got to the cage. Western Michigan picks it up 3-on-2 the other way. Allison over the middle of the line. Feeds it right wing. Rushop. Wrist shot in. High and wide of Larkin. Kucherek grabs it in the near corner for Western Michigan. The play behind the net far corner. Allison with it there. Back for Kucherek in the circle. His rip over the net and all the way down the ice where Paul Washy grabs it here for Western Michigan. Kucherek got the feed left wing at center. Flips it in and behind the net. Jack Clement with it there for Mahalik. It returns to Clement far corner. Wrapped up the far boards for Matt Berry. RedHawks here up the ice. Matt Berry reaches the red line at center. The play into the Western Michigan zone. Cam Lee with it there for the Broncos. Off the boards for Cole Gallant at center. And he will play it to the middle of the ice. Kingston far circle offensive zone. Broken up there by Mahalik. And Barrie will chip the puck back to center for the RedHawks, where Western Michigan will take control in their own end. Cam Lee in the near corner, plays it up the left wing. Hugh McGing, the chip to Cole Gallant. He takes it over the Red Hawk line. Gallant cut to the middle, high slot, wrist shot. Larkin, the blocker, saved in the near corner. It's played back behind the net. The bouncing puck caught by Dashke, who's blown up down there by Hugh McGing. And then McGing also blows up Clement, who went for the loose puck behind the net. Back to center, Bafia to Frank, the backhand play behind the net. Stopped by Larkin behind his cage. Gave it off for Clement. The wrist shot back to center. Came out of the zone. Is trying to hold it at the right point. Ronnie Adder, but couldn't keep it. And with 14:37 to go here in the first, Miami the 1-0 lead on the power play goal by Gordy Green. We're back in a moment to Kalamazoo. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Face-off will be a neutral ice. It'll be Drew Warren to take it against Monty Graham. As we're 5-on-5 with 14:37 to go here in the first. Patrick Geshan with you on Red Hawk Radio. Thank you so much for joining us from Kalamazoo this weekend. As Western Michigan wins to draw back, it's Michael Joyo far wing. The pass to Ethan Frank cut off in the middle. Kucherek for Western Michigan in zone end. They're sloppy trying to get it out. It's up the left wing, back to center. Frank the chip in to the near corner of the Western Michigan offensive zone. RedHawks wrap it around far wing. Joyle to play in front. Just kind of flung it toward the net and deflected to the near corner, but close. Back in the near circle, the puck loose. Pletzky gets it back to center ice, chips it over the line, and below the goal line of the Broncos zone. Kucherek first to it, shoves Loud off the puck, and it's up the near wing. Drew Warad for Western Michigan. Backhand centering pass to the middle. Joyo cuts it off. Russell takes over from him, feeds across ice. Keeling right wing at the red line, plays it deep into the Broncos zone. Poland grabs it here for Western Michigan. The play back to Joyo near corner. Shoved off there by Green. Kucherek has it for Western Michigan. And a play in the near corner. Joyo and Kucherek, a little give and go. Kucherek back to center. Washy in the circle. Hits the brakes on Bachman. Over the line left wing. Here's Cornell. Cuts to the middle for Western Michigan. To the slot. Shot on the ice. Larkin patted it to the far corner. Redhawks there crash after the puck. Noah Jordan lost the battle. Far circle. Cornell got a loose puck. And it shot it in on Larkin, who makes the breadbasket save. With 13:19 to go here in the first. And a 1-0 lead for Miami. The shots now are tied at 3 apiece. And both teams will get a much-needed line change after that whistle. Face-off coming to the left of Larkin. And a packed house tonight in Kalamazoo. Rushoff and Carter Johnson, both players wearing number 22. Clean win for Rushoff in the left circle. DiPietro down to Lee in the crease. Hit shot. Blocker saved by Larkin. It goes behind the net. Sladek grabs it there for Miami. Pass up the left wing. Christian Mose at center. Dumps it in behind the Bronco net, where Boosie will play it up the far wing. Grabbed here by Dashke, left point, able to keep the play in the zone. Mose in front for Sladek. It was cut off by Lee. Good play by Cam Lee in his zone end to prevent the opportunity. Feeds Rushoff over the Red Hawk line on the left wing. The backhand play the near corner. Lee gave it up. DiPietro spin around move behind the net, cut in front, cut off by Carter Johnson. He's off the high glass back to center. Grabbed here by Bafia. Over to Cam Lee. Western Michigan works it back into the offensive zone. Wade Allison has it there. The play up the near wing. It was cut off as Ryan Savage gives it off for Scott Corbett. And back behind the net. Bussey has it here for Western Michigan. Up the right wing, played over the line. Here's McGing, the centering feed in front. It was cut off there by Adder as he goes crashing into the boards with Capstick. Russell for Capstick back behind the net. Up to the far side, Corbett chipped off by Barry, back to center. Savage gloves it down there into the far corner of the Western Michigan zone, where the Broncos can take a breath here as Miami at a change. Not much pressure. Samuelson up the left wing at center ice. Over the line here for the Broncos. Feeds it to the near corner and cut off there by Green, who intercepted the pass. But he coughed it up in the right point, and then Gillen grabbed it back in the Miami end over to Rourke Russell. Russell off the boards, back to center ice. Kucherek chases after it for the Broncos behind the net. In their own end as Green provides a forecheck. Kucherek escapes to the near corner. Plays it up the left wing here. Mateus Samuelson for Western Michigan. Cuts to the middle of his own zone. Pass far wing and neutral ice. Played in by Josh Passold behind the Miami net. Mahalik here, the wrap around the near boards, back to center, where it is grabbed by Western Michigan's Michael Joyo. Feeds it near wing. Kucherek on it here in the far circle. Gave it off, intercepted. Green to the far wing for Monty Graham. He couldn't catch the pass. Goes to the near corners. Redhawks almost had a great opportunity there in front. Nice forecheck by Green to intercept the puck from the Broncos. Western Michigan to clear to center. Mahalik feeds Pletzky over the line right wing. Top of the near circle. Down to the corner for Graham. In front. Back to the left point. Sidard centers it right point. Mahalik the wrist shot. Big rebound to the far circle. Frank bats it away. The Broncos gets it back to center. And Passold 1-against-1 with Mahalik back the other way. Passold in the slot, the shot. Larkin extending the left pad to get it out and make the save. Ben Lown intercepted there by Washi at the Red Hawk line. Paul Wachi will play this one behind the net where it's stopped by Ryan Larkin up the left wing. Sinard feeds it there to the near wing for Alec Mahalik, but he was stopped by Washi in the near circle of Miami zone. Mahalik off the high glass, back to center. Camley grabs it for the Broncos. 10-12 to go in the first. In the center circle, Mose wins a battle for the puck. It goes off his stick back to the Bronco end. Bafia feeds it left wing at center. Courting all over the Red Hawk line. Cuts to the middle, hits the brakes. Top of the near circle, will take it back as Clement there messes with him, gets the puck to center. And we get a whistle here as Western Michigan tried to re-enter the zone, but they were offside. 9:57 to go in the first. Red Hawks 1, Broncos nothing from Kalamazoo. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .57 to go here in the first. A 1-0 lead for Miami. Patrick Geshan back with you on Red Hawk Radio from Lawson Ice Arena in Kalamazoo. Broncos win the neutral ice draw. They quickly get it in on Larkin up the right wing who makes the glove save. And holds on here with 9:51 to go in the first. On the final day of the regular season in the NCHC, should be a fun ride to the finish as the top 4 seeds all have to be decided tonight. The bottom 4 are already set. It's the top 4 that need to be figured out tonight in the games, and all 8 NCHC teams in action on this Saturday night. Camley at center ice for Western Michigan, gave it off for Dawson DiPietro. A couple of seniors passing there. Over the line right wing, Rushoff centering feed was intercepted by Barry, went off his stick back to the near corner. Wade Allison to it for Western Michigan. He's cut off by Ryan Savage. Back in play the near wing. Barry the chip to neutral ice, where it's picked up by Bafia, and he's up the right wing for Western Michigan. Play intercepted there by Savage. Western gets it back. Rushoff on the line right wing, centering feed across. DiPietro intercepted. Lead from the left point. The shot wide of Larkin. It goes back to center. Matt Barry there, intercepted by DiPietro. Over the right point for Western Michigan. The shot blocked down by Clement in front, and it went behind the net. Larkin here will cover it up as the puck bounced off the end boards, and he was able to get it with the glove. With 8:57 to go here in the first, it's a 1-0 lead for Miami. And the shots in favor of Western Michigan by a 7-4 margin. Face off here to Larkin's right. Casey Gilling, Paul Watchie. One to the near corner. Frederick here will battle for the puck down there with Jason Poland. It squirts to the far corner where Kirk Bachman has it for Miami. The pass back to center. Intercepted by Western Michigan, but right to the stick of Carreno. Plays it far half wall into the Bronco end. Back to the left point, Russell plays it behind the net, rims it around the boards to the near half wall. Green crashes down there with Mateus Samuelson. Samuelson, the backhand play the near wing. Lawton Cornwall for Western Michigan. Back to center. Chips it in on Ryan Larkin, who lets it go behind the net. Picked up there by Russell to the far corner of the Miami end. But he was stopped for a second by Poland. Back to center. Here comes Bachman. Rush the other way with Green. Bachman over the line right wing. Has speed. His wrist shot off the stick of Samuelson, the defender, and out of play with 8:10 to go in the first. And that will mean the draw will stay in the Western Michigan zone. Monty Graham here will take the draw against Hugh McGee. And it's one back here to Kingston, who's quickly out of the zone for Western Michigan. Behind the net, Larkin has it here. The slide to Capstick up the far boards. Capstick will get it back to center and went off the stick there of Michael Joyo and to the near circle. Kingston has it for the Broncos. Plays it behind the net. Kucherek here. Feeds it far wing. Grabbed by Michael Joyo to center ice. As Gallant chips it over the line for Capstick, far circle. Feeds it up the wing. Here's Monty Graham for the RedHawks. Over the line right side. Gave it to Loud in the middle. His slap shot went off the stick of Bussey and deflects out of play with 7:36 to go here in the first. RedHawks doing a great job getting shots on net tonight and creating offensive chances off the rush. This is Miami doing a much better job than they did last night handling the puck. They aren't coughing it up, turning it over as much as they were in last night's game. They stop in their offensive zone to the left of Busey. And it's Carter Johnson against Drew Warad. False start on the draw, and the linesman's fault. Dan Cohen made a motion to drop it too early. Told everybody it's my fault, and they drop it again. Clement right point, plays it in on net, goes to the far corner. Mose cut off by Lee. Ethan Frank with a far half wall for Western Michigan. Lee behind the net. Comes out of the near wing with the puck, has to circle back. Mose a strong forecheck. Lee will just stop behind the net now and emerge up the near wing. Back to center, off the stick there. Frank to the near wing. Johnson cut it off. Lee grabs it for Western Michigan. Although he was intercepted at center ice, able to still dump it in the zone. Ethan Frank picks it up near circle. Backhand centering feed. It goes behind Larkin and in the net. A very bad angle shot off the stick of Ethan Frank, the junior forward. A backhander coming down the left wing. It got off the back of Larkin, who was kind of far out from his net. And Larkin caught it up high on the near shoulder and deflected off that. Went behind him. He tried to fall back on the puck, but when doing so, knocked it in the cage. And we're tied at 1 with 7:01 to go in the first. Western Michigan fights back to tie it up again. Buffino Lee in the near circle, back to center ice. Frederick chips it in with DPH row, and it goes back to neutral ice. Corbett over the Bronco line, left wing, plays it near half wall as Savage chases the puck to the near corner of the offensive zone. Savage here in the near circle, still in the puck, feeds it top of the near circle. Corbett shot blocked. Frederick races across the line to keep it in, left wing. And it goes to the far corner. Rushoff with it here. Plays it back to the circle. Corbett a try. Busey the save with the shoulders. Corbett waiting point blank for a chance. And a nice shoulder save there. Allison over the line right wing for Western Michigan. The pass back, far circle. Rushoff, what a snipe, and he scores! Far down, Austin Rushoff, 2-1 Broncos. Larkin cleanly beat that time. Rushoff down the right wing. The snapshot, you could snap a finger and it was in the back of the net. Bar down over the glove side of Larkin on the right side of the net. 6:16 to go in the first. 2-1 the Broncos. And they're going to review it. For what? I don't know. It could have been offside. I think the puck definitely went in the net. It could have bounced off the post and around the crease, and they may not be completely sure it crossed the goal line, but the only other thing I can think of is that this play could have been offside. And I'm looking at the monitor right now here in the press box, and I think they were checking to see if it did go across the goal line. We already have our verdict from referee Sterling Egan, and it is a good goal. So Washy here at center ice with Gilling. 2-1 Western Michigan, a pair of goals for the Broncos after Miami scored the first one tonight. Puck behind the Miami net off the center ice draw. Samuelson in the near corner, pushes it back for Washy. As Sidar trying to angle him off the puck in a little battle. Capstick grabs it here for the RedHawks, takes it back behind the Miami net. Alec Capstick feeds it back to center. Drain the chip in on net. It's right in on Bussy, who covers it up with 5:46 to go here in the first. And a pair of junior scoring goals here for Western Michigan in this one tonight. Ethan Frank, the first one at 12:59 of the first from Cam Lee, and then Austin Rushoff, 13:44 into the first from Wade Allison and Cam Lee. Already a multi-point night for Cam Lee, and 2 goals inside a minute for Western Michigan to take the lead 2-1. Puck back to center after the draw in the Western Michigan zone. RedHawks have control. Clement at the RedHawk line, feeds it left way, mows over the line into the Western Michigan end where Joyo far corner plays it to the middle. It's grabbed here by Warad, up the right wing to the Broncos. Frank over the line, gets to the far half wall. Dashke there pokes it up. Christian Mose on it for the RedHawks. Mose gets to center, the flip to the near corner where it's grabbed here by Kucherek for Western Michigan. Feeds it up the left wing, chipped in over the line by Frank and behind the net to the far corner. Russell there, sliding past Frank for the puck, and up the wing comes Ben Loud through center ice. Over the line left side, Loud to the far corner of the offensive zone, hits the break, circles back, feeds the left point. Russell down the wall, back behind the net, and will open up to the right point. Frederick walks it down, his wrist shot to traffic off the shin pads of Samuelson. Kick back to center, breakaway for Kingston, although he runs into Larkin in the near circle as Larkin came out to play the puck. Larkin is face down on the ice on the near face-off dot. The RedHawks are shoving Kingston right now as Ryan Larkin has not moved at all. Drew Ruckelhaus, the trainer, immediately out. Larkin now is moved. He's grabbing his head. Russell has a hold of McGing. McGing's helmet is off. Dan Cohen breaks up the play as it was cleared back to center into the Miami end, up the left wing. Racing after it was Rhett Kingston. Larkin came out to the near circle to try to get it away from Kingston, and in doing so, Kingston bulldozed over Larkin in the near face-off dot. And Larkin still face down on the ice. The trainer, Drew Ruckelshaus, talking to him. Kingston is now in the penalty box, and the referees are talking about what to do with 4:45 to go in the first. Both referees, Sterling Egan as well as Nathan Wheeler, discussing with Dan Cohen, the linesman, what to do. And I'll tell you what, if Ryan Larkin has to come out of this game, and the referees will review the play, but if Ryan Larkin has to come out of this game and possibly out next weekend, or he already had a concussion earlier this year, and that's bad news for the RedHawks and any hopes of making it past the first round of the playoffs, and even making it to a win tonight as Ben Krause for the RedHawks puts on his helmet, and he is already off the bench, trying to stretch out as Larkin now on 2 knees. Drew Ruckelshaus gets him to his feet, and Larkin is already just going to go right back to the locker room. He won't even try to stay in the game. Larkin exits the far corner, back to the Miami locker room, not even going to the bench. He is escorted by the trainer, Drew Ruckelshaus. And I'm sure the Western Michigan doctors will look at him. So they're still reviewing the play here to see what penalties will be assessed to Kingston. Ben Cross now will enter the Miami net as the backup goaltender. Has not seen action a whole lot lately. The freshman of Cranberry, New Jersey, 6'4", 180. This will be his 11th appearance of the year. He's 1-6-2 at 3.81 goals against, 876 save percentage. And a lot of our reviews this weekend, for whatever they've needed to be, whether it's penalties or goals, have taken less than a minute, it seems like, but this one extending past that. And we have our verdict now, and it will be announced by Sterling Egan, number 16, in the stripes. We'll listen in.
After further review, we'll be assessing a 5-minute major and a game misconduct.
So Kingston is out of the game. And then RedHawks will have a 5-minute power play here with 4:45 to go in the first. As Kingston ejected for running over Larkin in the near circle, Larkin is out. And Ben Cross is in. And luckily he'll get a 5-minute power play here to warm up to this very loud arena in Kalamazoo. Casey Gilling in the draw for Miami. He'll square off against Western Michigan's Paul Washy, and coming over to serve the penalty is going to be Dawson DiPietro, the senior, as he's skating across the ice now. The lunatics all over the referees in that one. So the Rocks' top power play unit out there. Miami power play today is 1-for-1. They score their goal on the power play from Gordy Green. That occurred in the first period, just 2 minutes, 4 seconds in. Western Michigan clears it right off the draw and back down behind the net. Cross grabs it here. Pass far corner for Gordy Green. Green coming out of his own end, play to center. It's picked off by Poland. Western Michigan, the quick clear all the way down the ice. Cross behind his net. You gotta imagine his nerves are just going right now. Dashke near wing, Gilling over the line right side, hits the far half wall. For Barry, middle line Dashke, near wing Barry, top of the near circle. Reaches the half wall, play in front for Green, back for Gilling, right point. On the forehand for Miami, Gilling down the far half wall. Back behind the net for Barry. Over to Green, left wing, he tried to pass it back to the line for Dashke, but it goes out of the zone. RedHawks here in their own end, trying to come out. 3:55 to go in the 5-minute major penalty to Rhett Kingston. Gilling pass right wing, over the Bronco line, Barry. Cross ice, left point, Savage spins around from the defender to the near corner, or the far corner rather. Back to the left point, Dashke right wing. Gilling walks it in, wrist shot. Wide of the net and way wide of Bussey. Barry here behind the cage, he's stick checked off the puck by Mateus Samuelson and is cleared back to center ice. 3.5 to go in the power play, 3:10 left in the first. Dashke to zone end for Mahalik. Behind the net here for the RedHawks. Mahalik is up through center, feeds it right wing. Over the line is John Sladek. Opens up to the corner, the play off the near half wall, back to the right point. Mahalik slides it left wing. Russell the play in front, went wide of everybody. Back from Mahalik, right point to the near half wall. Sladek to chip back. Russell. Right wing, here's Mahalik, the wrist shot in, it's tipped off the stick of Lee, back to the far corner, Pletzky there, plays it down low for Corbett, around the boards to the right point for Mahalik, stops it there, slides it left wing, Russell at the point, his shot blocked in the circle by Bafia and set back down the ice. 2:25 to go in the first, 2:40 left in the power play. And it's Alec Mahalik behind his own net for Miami. Skates it out of the zone, gives it back. Gordy Green on it for the RedHawks here. Green up through center ice, chips it to the far corner of the Western Michigan zone. Green and Adard square off, up the far half wall. Poland grabs it for the Broncos. His pass was intercepted by Barry, but right back to Poland sticks. Samuelson now in his own end, feeds the left wing, 2-on-2 the other way. Poland to the far circle, McGing the drive, saved by Kreis. It's between the pads and the whistle blows with 2:09 to go in the power play, 1:54 left in the first. So a good save there by Cross in the first shot he faces tonight. And the face-off will be to his left. Shots led by the Broncos right now, 11-8. And it's a win for Miami this time. Green in the far circle, plays it far corner. Dashke grabs it here behind the Miami net. They'll reset. Dashke skates it from behind his own cage. Feeds it left wing. Gilling over the line right side. Wraps it around behind the net to the far corner. Green there, left, let it go left point. Savage for Dashke, back for Savage, far half wall. Gave it to the far corner. Green on the forehand, back to the left point. Dashke slides it right away. Gilling near corner for Barry. Up the boards for the RedHawks. He fed it up for McGing, who has it for Western Michigan. Off the glass, back out. And all the way down behind the Miami net, Cross gives it off for Derek Dashke. 1:10 to go in the period. Dashke up through center, can't feed it right wing. It goes off the boards. Western Michigan back to neutral ice. Washy here, the play up the left wing, but it's cut off by Dashke. Gives it back, Gilling in the center circle. Barry has the puck with a minute left in the first. Left wing over to Gordy Green, down the far half wall to the circle. Green to the middle, loose puck, Gilling the try, big rebound and a save by Boosie with the right pad deflected to the corner. Cornwall can't clear, Green went it off his skate, in front for Savage. His shot and a great save by Boosie. Back to the right point. Gilling has it here down the half wall. 37 left in the period. Rocks on the power play for 50 more seconds. Gilling left point. Dashke. Far circle Green. Back for Gilling. High slot. Toe drag move. Shot blocked in front by Lee off his leg. Cornwall in the battle with Dashke up the left wing. Cornwall cuts across from Dashke trying to dangle his way through, but it's cut off. Dashke a good job to break it up in his skates, but the Broncos will cycle it back to their own end. Samuelson up the left wing, clears it behind the Miami net. Cross out to stop it with 10 seconds to go in the first. Here comes Dashke out of his own end. Feeds it left wing. Pletzky over the line with 2 seconds to go to the far corner, and that's going to do it. And this crowd loves the performance their Broncos put on the ice in the first 20 minutes. 2-1 Western Michigan after one. Shots are even at 11 apiece. RedHawks have 15 more seconds to go in the power play when we return for the second. And a wild first period here for Kalamazoo. And this crowd loves it inside this loud barn of about 3,500 tonight in Kalamazoo, Michigan. 2-1 your score after one period of play. The scoring got started 2 minutes 4 seconds into the first. Gordy Green at his 14th of the year, assisted by Matt Barry and Casey Gilling on the power play. RedHawks had a great start to this one, but then Western Michigan 2 unanswered after that, and they occur within less than a minute of each other. 12:59 into the first at even strength. Ethan Frank is 9th of the year for the Broncos, assisted by Cam Lee. That made it 1-1, and then a 2-1 game was created right after that as Austin Rushop at his 12th of the year, a bar down rip on Ryan Larkin. The last goal he gave up tonight. Wade Allison the assist. Cam Lee another assist for the Broncos on their second goal of the evening. 3 penalties in that first period. They were all to Western Michigan. And the last one called was the game misconduct in 5-minute major to Rhett Kingston for charging on that play in the near circle when he ran over Ryan Larkin on a play up the left wing. And that's where we stand here after one period of play. A quick look at your out-of-town scoreboard of the NCHC tonight. 2-1 our score here in Kalamazoo. 2 games will get underway starting tonight at 8:07 Eastern Time. Minnesota Duluth hosts St. Cloud State. That game underway at the top of the hour. Omaha also home against North Dakota. That game also at the top of the hour. And then tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, Denver and Colorado College will square off in the battle for the gold pan again, this time at Magnus Arena in Denver. That's a national TV game tonight in the NCHC, and that one, again, not underway until 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So the game we have to watch, if you're a Miami fan, Minnesota Duluth and St. Cloud State is one to watch, because if Minnesota Duluth were to win that game and possibly tie North Dakota in the standings, North Dakota first in the league right now at 53 points, to Minnesota Duluth has 50 points. So if Minnesota Duluth were to win tonight against St. Cloud State and North Dakota were to lose tonight against Omaha in Omaha, then the tiebreaker would go to Minnesota Duluth, who would take over first in the standings. North Dakota would be in second in terms of seeding for the tournament next weekend. That means Miami would go to North Dakota. But if North Dakota were to win tonight or get any amount of points at Omaha, it wouldn't matter what Minnesota Duluth did. The RedHawks would visit Duluth next weekend for the first round of the NCHC tournament. And possibly without their starting goaltender and the star all year in that Ryan Larkin, who exited the game middle of the way through the first period again after Rhett Kingston ran him over in the near circle. So we got an 11-minute break or so. We'll be back with second period action in just a moment. Western Michigan 2, Miami 1 here in Kalamazoo tonight. RedHawks have 15 seconds of power play time when we return for the second, and that'll come in just a few moments. Thank you so much for listening. We're back in just a moment. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Western Michigan and Miami returning to the ice as we're about to begin the second period of play here from Kalamazoo, Michigan. A 2-1 lead for the Broncos from Western Michigan here after 40 minutes. As a crazy first 20 of action. If you're just joining us, Miami scoring the first goal of the game 2 minutes 4 seconds into the first of the power play. Gordon Green, and then Western Michigan 2 unanswered. Ryan Larkin also came out of the game in that first period as he was run over by Rhett Kingston in the near circle of the Miami zone. He is out. Ben Cross is in to start the second period. And Larkin is not even on the bench right now. So the night is over for Ryan Larkin, and it'll be Ben Cross to take Miami the rest of the way this evening. Redhawks moving right to left across your radio here in period number 2. They still have 15 seconds of power play time remaining from that 5-minute major assessed to Rhett Kingston there at the end of the first. As we're set ready to go for action, Casey Gilling will square off in the draw at center ice with Paul Washy of Western Michigan. And there's some issues here at the Western Michigan net to my left as Brandon Bussey was never given a water bottle, so they will slide one from the Western Michigan bench all the way down the ice to Bussey, who makes the save of the water bottle to the left of his net, and we'll put it on top. And we're ready to go for action here. So 20 minutes on the clock, period number 2 for Kalamazoo on a Saturday night. We're underway. Casey Gilling will win the draw back to Derek Dashke in his own end when, here we go. Dashke up the near wing, Gilling gives it off. Bachman feeds it far side, nobody there. Green picks it up off the boards indirect and plays it behind the net. It bounces in front where Bussey makes the save and covers it up with 19:46 left here in the second. 1 second left on the power play to the RedHawks. Shots are even at 11 apiece. And a face-off here to the left of Bussey. 14 seconds into the period. Casey Gilling loses it to Ronnie Adder. DiPietro served, the major is out, and we're back to 5-on-5. Broncos kill off the 5-minute major. Bachman picks off the puck at center. Over the line on the right wing, the play to the net. It sticks to the near corner. There by the goaltender, Brandon Bussey. Back to the near half wall. The puck goes to the Miami offensive zone. Redhawks keep it in. Green in front. Gilling a break to the net. A wrist shot over the net. In front again. Another chance as it came back. Gilling in front. They score! Derek Dashke got the loose puck off the end boards. And we're tied at 2. 46 seconds into the second period. A flurry in front of the net. They got it past Bussey. And the Redhawks tied up in 5-on-5. Derek Dashke, the leading defensive point getter for the RedHawks, with his 10th tally of the year. A flurry of activity. Gilling had the initial shot. It went off the end boards. Gilling got the puck from that. In front, he had another shot. They came off the end boards. And the lively boards here at Western Michigan put the puck right back in front of Bussey, and Derek Dashke was there to finish it off, left post. Little wrist shot. So Derek Dashke will pick up the goal for the Redhawks to tie this one at 2. Near half wall, the puck stripped away. Redhawks get it back up the left wing. Corbett through center, feeds Savage, chips it over the line and behind the Western Michigan net. Grabbing it here is Buffia for the Broncos, feeds it up the near wing. McGinn chips it back to center. Russell to the middle of the ice. Ryan Savage to Corbett, and they have a rush the other way. Corbett near circle, feeds it in front. The pass picked off though by the stick of Cole Gallant. Back to the near corner and up the half wall. Corbett shoved off there as Savage gave it up the near wing. Back to center. Josh Passel near circle for Western Michigan with a break to the net, but his wrist shot off the stick of Frederick back to the far half wall. Allison in the far corner. Russell trying to poke it past him. Allison kicks it free up the boards. Barry intercepts there. Gave it up right to DiPietro. It trickles in on net, and Cries has the cover here. We're 1:45 into the second, and a 2-2 tie between Western Michigan and Miami. The face-off will be down the ice to the left of Cries. Monty Graham will take it for Western Michigan. It's Austin Rushoff for Western Michigan, Monty Graham for Miami. Puck will squirt back to center ice off the draw. Pletzky over the line right wing, hits the circle, gives it back Loud. And a break down the right wing. The bouncing puck couldn't calm it down. It goes to the far corner. Puck corralled around the near boards. Pletzky chips it left point. Sinnard the shot right into the skates of Allison, waiting for it. He's up the ice on the right wing. Trying to go one-on-one against Sinnard and dangling through his legs, but can't. Rushoff picks up the loose puck here in the near corner. Gave it down low for Mahalik. Back to the near wing. Pletzky's fed it up through the middle of the defensive zone. It goes to Lown indirect off the boards up the right wing at center and back behind the Bronco net. Kucherov plays it left wing. DiPietro up the boards for Western Michigan. Chips it up through center ice. Christian Moe's on it for Miami. The play back for Sinnard. Feeds it over to Dashke here near circle for Miami. Dashke up the wing for the RedHawks and up through center ice through the circle. Over the line left wing for Moes. And the shot in front. Patted away by Boosie to the near corner where it's loose in the circle. Grabs here by the Broncos. Up the ice. They feed it to Frank right wing, but he lost it to the near corner of the offensive zone. Clement there to break up the play. It squirts up the near half wall. Moes chips it back to center ice. Caught here by Drew Warad for Western Michigan. Has to take it back in his own end and behind the net. Warad to the far corner. Backhand play at the left wing. Passold stops it there. 2-on-2. He's got Frank with him. Passold hits the brakes left point. Trying to center it, but kicked back to center by the RedHawks. Here's Gilling up the right wing over the Bronco line. Shoved off the puck in the far half wall by Samuelson. And Gilling went down hard. No call. Over the line of the right wing. Poland for Western Michigan to the offensive zone. He was stripped by Frederick far corner. And the play back here to Rourke Russell. Russell up the near boards to center. Chipped in the near corner by Bachman. Samuelson behind the net as Green trying to shove him off. Washy far half wall. Cornell the chip back to neutral ice. Russell here on it for the RedHawks in his own end. Plays it far wing. Gilling to the middle. It's over the stick of Green to the near corner. Ronnie Addard for Western Michigan here. Plays it up the near half wall. Poland for the Broncos. The pass intercepted by Barry. Poland here grabs it in his own end, and over the line on the right wing comes Jason Poland. Feeds it to the middle. Washy though stripped to the puck. It's kicked back to center. As grabbing it here, Cam Lee for Western Michigan in the far circle of his own end. Lee behind the net was shoved off there by Green with a strong forecheck, able to get it up the right wing. Poland to Bafia at center. Over the line left side. Bafia opens up a shot. Cross fought it off up high to the far corner, where it's picked up here by Ethan Frank. He's up the far half wall. Left point, Bafia winds up for a slap shot. It's sticked around the slot. Frank gets it back right point. The shot wide in front. They score. Hugh McGinn got the puck off the end boards in the far circle. A lucky deflection right to his forehand. Cross couldn't slide to the left post soon enough. And it's 3-2 Western Michigan with 15:36 to go in the second. Hugh McGinn with his first of the night, 11th of the year, assisted by Cole Gallant and Ethan Frank. And Western Michigan takes the lead. Croslett's in his first of the evening as Barry gets the left wing at center and chip it into the defensive zone for the RedHawks. Play to the near wing and back to center. Alec Mahalik chips it to the far side. Cam Lee over the left wing for Western Michigan. Hits the circle. In front, Gallant. He scores! What a rip by Cole Gallant! 4-2 Broncos, 15:09 to go in the second. It is already a multi-point night for lots of Western Michigan players. Gallant, his second point of the night. He just had an assist on the goal that made it 3-2. He scores the one that makes it 4-2. Draw at center. Monty Graham goes off against Rushoff. It's Gallant down the right wing. Just a wrist shot on a centering pass over the glove side of Larkin. They're back in the zone again. DiPietro far circle. The play broken up to the near corner. Feeds it right wing. Joyo at the point. The shot in. Pletzky deflects it back to center. Almost had a breakaway, but Joyo broke it up. Off the far boards. DiPietro in the middle. Allison over the line left wing. Far circle. In front. Rushoff broken up there by Dashke. High slot of Miami zone. Racks and refs the other way. Graham over the line right away. Penalty coming up here. Pletzky tripped to the middle. A shot by Graham to the breadbasket of Bussey, but it was Pletzky who was coming down the middle of the ice over the line. Got tripped up by a Bronco player. That would be Michael Joyo, and Miami goes to the power play here. Down by 2 with 14:41 to go in the second. RedHawks face their largest deficit of the night. To the man advantage they go when we return. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. 14:41 to go in the second. 4-2 lead for Western Michigan over Miami. A power play here coming up to the RedHawks. They win the offensive zone draw to the right point. Dashke to Gilling, far circle, playing behind the net. Matt Perry, near circle feed for Corey Green. Walks it up the near half wall, back to the line. Dashke a drive, patted away by Bussey. Samuelson, the rebound clear all the way in on Cross. We'll play it behind his net for Dashke. One forechecker in the zone, that's McGing. Dashke emerges away from him. Power play tonight for the RedHawks, it's 1 for 2. They're over the Bronco line right wing. Barry chips it behind the net. Bussey will not play it. It goes to Adder. Far corner for Samuelson. Easy clear off the boards and out. On the left wing, back down behind the Miami net where Cross will stop it here. 1:15 to go in the power play for the RedHawks. Dashke out of his own end for Miami. Feeds it left wing. Pletzky over the line for the RedHawks. Feeds it middle of the ice. Picked off there and sent all the way back down by Drew Warad, number 13 in white. And it's crossed behind his net to stop the puck. Russell out of his own end here for the RedHawks. Feeds it left wing. Pletzky over the line. Plays this one to the corner and around behind the net to the far wing. Sladek will battle with Lee for the puck. Bafia plays it up the far wing. Poland back to the middle of the ice. Warad over to the left wing for Poland. And pass out of his reach, but it won't be an icing because they're killing a penalty and it goes behind the Miami net. Poland working against Russell in a battle in the far corner. Western Michigan will play it back to center where it's got here by Bachman up the right wing, trying to cut to the middle off the skate of Samuelson, the defender. RedHawks get it to the right point. Here's Mahalik, slides it left wing for Russell. 23 to go in the power play. Mahalik to Russell's center point. Wrist shot in, tipped in front, loose in front of Bussey. They score! John Sladek got it on the left post and put it past Bussey on the ice. Power play goal, the second of the night for the RedHawks. John Sladek makes it a 4-3 game with 12:57 to go in the second. And the freshman out of Novi, Michigan, with his 7th goal of the year, 13th point of the year. In his 32nd career game, will make it a 1-goal game in Miami tonight. 2 for 3 on the power play. As the shot came in from the right wing, Bussey a big rebound off his pads, right on the left post. Sladek waiting and stuffed it past him on the ice. So we're back to a 1-goal game as Miami capitalizes on the man advantage. And they get it into the offensive zone right after the center ice drop. The near wing Corbett leaves it to the corner behind the net. Loud picks it up for the RedHawks, but gave it right up. Bafia out of his own end, back to center. Russell here for the RedHawks, chips it forward. Bafia gloves it down. He's up the right wing, feeds it middle of the ice. Allison near corner, had the play broken up. Graham will play this one back behind the net. The bouncing puck, though, played by DiPietro, the near circle. Russell trips up, Rushoff grabs it. And he's in the near corner, up the near half wall for Western Michigan. Right point, slides into the far wing where Camley grabs it for the Broncos. He will be in the far circle here, plays it far wing for DiPietro. As Russell shoves him off the puck, DiPietro goes down. Rushoff comes in to try to rescue it. And a 2-on-2 battle there on the far half wall of the Western Michigan offensive zone. It's literally kicked free by Monty Graham. Right to the stick of Ben Lown. Lown to the right wing for Corbett. There's stuff going on at the other end. Corbett drive to that far corner, angled behind the cage. Gets to the left point, feeds a far circle. Grilling, wide open look. The shot blocked by Allison. A sliding attempt. And it's in his pads. They have to stop play as Allison blocked the shot, and it's inside of him. He will emerge the puck out of his glove, but Allison to the bench, hunked over. And he will be fine. Just took the puck there, I think, right off the thigh. And the stuff going down on the other end when the play was going back to the Miami offensive zone. Players were tied up with each other on the half wall, but the referees kept their arms down. Players just trying to separate from each other after that battle. Face off to the left of Bussey. Casey Gilling squares off in the draw. He goes against Courtnall. Back to the near circle. Poland has the puck. Slides it far away. Grabbed by Courtnall over the line left side. Gets to the corner. Plays it behind the net. Courtnall on the near side will work it up the half wall. Hits the brakes right point. Down the boards again. Courtnall in the circle. Let it go back to him. Backhand pass behind the net. Intercepted by Dashke. Kicks it free to the far corner where Green trying to stick check it out and will on Samuelson. Back to center. Courtnall shoved off there by Gilling. Samuelson picks up the loose puck in front of the Miami bench. Feeds it to the western end. Adder indirect off the near wing for Poland. Right wing at center. Slides it over. Tipped in by Passold off the skate to the near corner. Josh Passold on the forehand. Works it up to the right point. Centering play in front. Collide completely missed it on the backhand. On with it now near corner on the feed from Joyo. Goes back behind the net. Far side Samuelson at the half wall. Plays it to the circle. Gallant gets the puck. Skates it up high in the zone. Cycles it down low. Passel chases it to the near corner here. Hits the brakes on Johnson. Passel to the far side. Wraparound play trying to stuff it from behind the net. Cross had no idea where it was. RedHawks able to get it behind their cage, where Clement wraps it all the way around the boards and down the ice, and this will be an icing on Miami, who will not be able to change. And of course the long change here in the second period as the RedHawks bench is far away from their zone. 10:36 to go in the second. Chris Bergeron right now contemplating whether to call a timeout or not. These guys have been out there for about 40 seconds, and I don't think he will, as the Rocks taking their time to the near face-off circle to the left of Cross to my right. Johnson and Warad will score off here, and Johnson wins it, a clean one for the RedHawks. Their 11th face-off win of the night. Western Michigan with 18. Back to center, Broncos with a puck. Lee slides it near wing, Buffy up the right wing, chipped in by Warad on net. Cross will stick it back behind the cage where it's picked up far corner. Lee in front, and Cross there broke up the centering pass with his pad and able to cover it up on the right post with 10:18 to go here in the second. RedHawks lead the shots 19-14. And the face-off here to Cross right, Matt Berry and his line out there for the RedHawks. Austin Rushoff will square off against him for Western Michigan. Clean win for Rushoff, but Corbin intercepts it at the line. He's up the left wing at center. Tripped up there on the play by Allison, who grabs the puck away, and he's back up the ice for the Broncos. Chips it to the far corner. Alec Mahalik behind the net for the RedHawks. Feeds it far wing. Passel there at the puck for a second, but a win in on Cross, who makes the cover here with 10:02 left in the middle frame. As this packed house in Kalamazoo tonight treated to a pretty good hockey game. RedHawks fighting hard tonight. Western Michigan needs a win to potentially get into third place in the standings, which means just an easier opponent for next weekend. And the 1 through 4 spots in the league standings have yet to be decided, and they will be decided tonight in the final night of the regular season in the NCHC. Western Michigan wins the offensive zone draw. DiPietro top of the far circle, played it to the near corner on a shot wide of the net. Goes back to the right point. Joyo the play far side, intercepted by Loud. He meets Kutrek in front of the Western Michigan bench, and it's back to center, turned over. Allison over the RedHawk line, right wing. Back for Rushoff to drive, and a glove save by Cross, who's got it in the leather with 9:42 to go in the second, and we'll get a timeout. Western Michigan 4, Miami 3. It's an old-fashioned slugfest in Kalamazoo tonight, and you're listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Back here at Kalamazoo, face-off will be to the left of Ben Cross with 9:42 to go in the second. Patrick Geshan back with you here on Red Hawk Radio. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Casey Gilling in the draw with Washi, one to the far corner of the Miami zone. And as Green got it far half wall, takes it to the circle. Backhand pass up the ice. Bachman has it right wing. Breakaway to the net, and his shot right to the breadbasket of Bussy, who makes the save. Gilling in the near corner. Radek set up offensive zone. Gilling near half wall, skates it back down low. Poland shoves him against the boards. Puck squirts middle of the ice. Stashke with it here to the far half wall will grab the puck across the ice. No, feed it to the left wing. Gilling here on the forehand. Let it go back to center where Dashke grabs it for the RedHawks in his own end. Feeds it far wing. Clement up the boards. Tipped into the zone by Green. And they're going to say it's an icing here. I guess he never touched it. Green waiting at the Bronco line on the right wing, got a feed up the ice from the defenseman, but Green never touched it. The linesman right there to say he didn't. And the pass coming on the other side of the red line makes the faceoff come all the way down to the right of Cross with 9:02 left here in the second. And Miami leading the shots 20-16. Western Michigan wins the draw. Quickly on net, a shot there from the far circle off the stick of Warad, patted by Cross. Goes to the near corner. Boffia on it to Frank. Gave it back. Here's Hugh McKing up the boards. Gave it over to Dashke, who picked it off back to center. Camley grabs it there for the Broncos, who regroup, but the pass back to Boffia in his own end went below the goal line in the Western Michigan zone. Green has to come up to it. And the Broncos back to the wing. Gallant, O-line right wing. Cross ice, Frank. High slot, Boffia. The shot! It crawls out of his crease to make the breadbasket save. Saw it all the way. Great save there by Ben Cross, who's looked pretty good in the past few minutes. A little 3-on-2 action the other way for Western Michigan. Boffia the shot, high slot. A little wrister there that Cross was able to make the save on as Western Michigan tried to go tic-tac-toe for the goal. Matt pairing the draw with Western Michigan's Drew Warad. Tied up between skates and the dot. Back to the left wing. Corbett for the RedHawks exits the zone. Chips it over the line to the left wing, back to the near corner. Cam Lee behind the net for Western Michigan up the far half wall. Pass to center, Passold on a breakaway. Passold, although Sinard back-checked hard and sticked it to the far corner. Nice play there on the defense. Passold here, high slot, plays it far corner. Grabbed by Mahalik for the RedHawks. We'll get it here behind the net, off the boards to the near corner. Corbett picks it up for Miami. Up the near wing, the chip back to center. Glove down there by Cam Lee. Off the far boards, neutral ice. Passel to the middle. Allison, top of the far circle. Toe drag move, broken up by Mahalik. Top of the far circle. Is back to the near corner. Here comes Sinard. Feeds it up the left wing. Corbett at center. The play to the nearest corner and all the way around the boards. It's an icing here on the RedHawks. And Miami's iced it unnecessarily about 4 times in the past 10 minutes of this game. As Corbett there could have had one more stride to get to the red line and dump it in, but instead this decided to play it in from the wrong side of the red line, and Chris Bergeron just shaking his head right now on the Miami bench. Face off to the left of Cross with 7:40 to go here in the second. Perry and Rushoff in the draw. Rushoff wins at right point. Kucherek walks the line. The wrist shot in, patted to the near corner. Barry off the boards finds Scott Corbett. Back to center and beyond is Joyo after it for Western Michigan. Michael Joyo near circle for the Broncos. Feeds it up through center. DiPietro over the line right away. Cuts to the middle. And he tried to go behind the legs. Was tripped up. Russell here will get a penalty for that. DiPietro trying to go through the legs of Rourke Russell, the defenseman, and when trying to go after the puck, Russell's stick tripped up DiPietro coming down the right wing. And Miami here will kill a penalty for the first time tonight with 7:18 to go in the second. And Rourke Russell for the RedHawks will be guilty. Face off to the left wing. And in the near circle, the Western Michigan offensive zone, Graham and Awashi square off in the near corner. Dashke plays it far away. We get another penalty here, I think, right off the draw. As on the near half wall, Passel went down. I don't exactly know what happened, but Jack Clement's going to go to the box, and Western Michigan up by 1 is going to have a 5-on-3 with 1:55 of power play time remaining on the first minor. So they'll be 5-on-3 for 1 minute 55 seconds here. Interference on Clement as it was away from the play. Knocked down Passel with the puck coming down the boards. So it is Lown right now taking the draw. He has Sinard and Dashke with him for the RedHawks in the 5-on-3. Lown able to clear to center right off the win. In the center circle, Joyo controls for the Broncos. So 1:43 to go in the 5-on-3. Rex have to kill it off here. They're down 4-3 to Western Michigan. McGing in the near circle, back to the right point. Joyo down low to the near corner. McGing has it on the forehand. High slot, Adder the drive, blocked down by Loud. He's down on the ice. Adder here, back to the near circle. McGing in front, they score! Paul Washy, the tip in front of Cross. It's a 2-goal game. Western Michigan, the power play, 5-on-3 goal, leads at 5-3. And Ben Long went down on the block shot there in the high slot. He's fine on the bench. He's going to be looked at by the trainer, Drew Ruckelshaus, but Lowndes slow to get up. So during that goal, it was basically 5 against 2. And then Western Michigan prevailed. Washy standing right in front, got the feet for the near corner, stuffed it past the outstretched right pad of Ben Cross. And the linesman here repairing a hole in the ice right at center ice. Get a water bottle, some water on it. And we're underway again in this one. So Western Michigan still in the power play for 1 minute, 23 seconds more. Over the line pass, so cut to the slot. Play broken up by Frederick from behind. Good defensive play there. Far corner, Worad slides the puck to the right point, but out of the zone. Joyo couldn't come over soon enough to keep it in. Paul Washy, the goal, is 12th of the year for the Broncos. McGing and Adder the assist. And Adder over the RedHawk line, right away, chips in near corner. Pass hold on it up the near boards. Russell clears it up past the right point as Joyle let it go all the way down the ice, and it's played here on the forehand by Bussey to the far half wall. Adder the play to the middle. Pass hold here at center. Over the line on the left wing. Plays it to the near wing. It's grabbed here by Rushoff. Wraps it around the boards to the far corner, now the far half wall. DiPietro pinches up against Killing. Cam Lee on it for the Broncos here. Walks his way to the middle. Rushoff plays it to the near circle, and instead the play was broken up, and Western Michigan gets it back in the offensive zone. Sinnard trying to calm the bouncing puck as it changes possession left and right. Passel here gets control far half wall, wraps it around to the near boards. Allison to the corner. Rushoff up the wing, back to the right point. Cam Lee slides it left wing now off the stick of DiPietro. Green shoves him against the boards. DiPietro near circle. McGing opens up, back to the high slot. McGing now far circle, forehand in front. Deflected off his stick and back to the near corner. Gillen can't get it out, kept in right point. Lee far circle, we're back to 5-on-5 as McGing opens up behind the net. In front of the pass, and cannot go on the stick of Rushoff. Now McGing, one-timer, they score, near circle. The puck quickly corralled to the far side of the ice. They fed it near circle where Hugh McGing was waiting for a wide open one-timer. Cross couldn't slide to the left post soon enough. A 3-goal lead for the Broncos with 5:04 to go in the second. And I can tell you right now, the RedHawks looked a bit shell-shocked after Ryan Larkin went out of the game, and then you got this loud atmosphere in Kalamazoo tonight. And I think the RedHawks are just kind of falling apart from that. Center ice draw, full start. Jason Poland's supposed to take it for Western Michigan. He got kicked out. Hugh McGing, the goal for Western Michigan. That's his second of the night. Assisted by Cam Lee and Dawson DiPietro. And the puck into the Miami bench here right after the center ice draw. We have a timeout with 4:56 to go in the second. RedHawks lead the shots 20-19, but Miami has led in 6 goals. And the RedHawks have only scored 3. It's 6-3 Western Michigan from Kalamazoo tonight. We're back in a moment. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Trial will be a neutral ice in front of the Miami bench, close to the Western Michigan line. Monty Graham will take it for the RedHawks. Drew Worrett for Western Michigan, a 6-3 Bronco lead with 4:53 to go in the second. Western wins the draw. They're up the right wing. Frank breakaway to the net, going across on Cross, backhand shot. Cross the pad save. And it goes back behind the Miami cage where Savage comes away with the puck. Feeds it left wing. Monty Graham reaches the red line center ice. Flings it into the Western Michigan zone and behind the net. Alec Mahalik with it there for the RedHawks up the far wing. Savage trying to go around the boards. Went off a stanchion in the far corner. Right back to Warad stick. Western back the other way. Pass a little over the RedHawk line left wing. Feeds Frank in the circle. Backhand play patted away by Cross behind the net. Near wing Passel. The backhand play into the far corner. Warad gets to it there. Intercepted though by Mahalik up the far wing. Gallant with it for the Broncos. As Graham shoves him off. Now it's Mahalik. And as Gallant that time played it up the far wing. Intercepted it from Mahalik. Loose puck high slot. Frank comes away with it down the wing. In front, Cross the pad save and a backhand shot. Back to the right point for Joyo. Feeds into the corner. McGing. Half wall. Left point. A shot. Kucherek. It is under Cross. They blow the whistle. Western Michigan players in the crease. Mahalik trying to shove out Wade Allison. And the faceoff goes to Cross right. And I just don't think Cross, obviously the mental side of it, he's probably shaken up. He comes into the game middle of the first period after Larkin gets blown up in front of this packed house and loud crowd. And the mental side is already not in his favor, but I don't think Cross is having an easy time seeing the puck tonight. Faceoff to his right is a false start. Linesman dropped it too late. As Ben Cross, the freshman of Cranberry, New Jersey, has seen, this is his 10th rep of the year, 10th appearance of the year. And now we get a face-off violation on Miami. Carter Johnson will be kicked out as he put his stick down too early. So now Slada comes in to take it against Hugh McGing, who could have a hat trick with another goal tonight. Clean win for McGing. Left point, Kucherek, wrist shot in. Cross, the glove save with 3:47 to go here in the second. The trouble with Cross, too, he can't slide across the crease. That's been a huge trouble spot for him so far tonight. As Ryan Larkin was practicing sliding over during the morning skate yesterday, Cross was just taking shots in both the morning skate today and yesterday. Never practiced sliding over, but I guess he's found a weakness in his game now. Great top of the near circle, coughed it up in the Miami offensive zone. It's back to center. Bafia shoves it out, and the Rex regroup in their own end. Dashke near circle, plays it to the middle. Bachman left wing at center, over the Bronco line, hits the near circle, the offensive zone, wrist shot in, Busty big rebound, played in the near corner. Dealing with it here, back to the near side where Gordon Green has it for the RedHawks. Great shoved up against the corner by Bafia with 3:10 to go in the second, and now a 3-on-3 battle down there as players lock jamming the puck between their skates and the boards. Cam Lee comes away with it for the Broncos. He's shoved up by Bachman. It squirts up the near half wall. Cornell and Dashke wrestle for the puck. Western Michigan gets it. They're up the right wing, pulling over to Passel with a shot in. Cross the glove save. 2:50 left here in the second. And Western Michigan again with a win tonight for the Broncos. And Denver only getting 2 points against Colorado College would mean Western Michigan would be the third place team in the league after the standings are over with tonight in the final night of the regular season. They would play Omaha if they were third. They would host St. Cloud State next weekend if they remained in fourth right here at Lawson. DiPietro far circle, is shot blocked by Lown, gets it back. Corbett left wing at center, over the Bronco line, chips in near corner of the offensive zone. Samuelson up the near half wall, gave it up. Allison back to center, finds DiPietro near wing in the offensive zone. Rushoff near circle, wide open look, Cross the save off his chest. It bounced in front of him, he made the cover with 2:27 to go in the second. And Western Michigan now has the lead in shots, 25-21. Faceoffs also almost dominated by the Broncos tonight. They have 27 faceoff wins to Miami's 16. And Rushoff will grab another one here, but the Rocks intercept. Pletsky up through center ice, feeds it right wing. Sladek chips it cross corner, dump into the near wing of the offensive zone, where Bennett is first to it for Western Michigan, but gets it to the left point. Sidard fires it right side. Mahalik, toe drag move in the circle, fires a shot, deflects to the crease, still in front. Western Michigan can't get it out, nobody gets a stick on it, and then Graham rifles it over the net. Back to the right point, Sinnard, wrist shot in, big rebound, Bussy, nobody there to grab it. Bennett for Western Michigan plays it near corner. Allison up the near boards, Rushoff can't get it out. Samuelson cleans up the loose puck far wing and gets it back to center on the ice. And DiPietro there will fling it behind the net. Cries lets it go for Mahalik. 1:40 left here in the second. Up the left wing, it's chipped into the zone by Sladek behind the Bronco net. Joyo there, let it go for Mose. Or out to the far corner. Kucherek out of his own end, back to center, intercepted by Clement. Feeds it near wing. Mose over the line here for the RedHawks. Into the corner, Christian Mose gave it up as it's scored to Green. Back to the left point for Dashke. Slings it to the far corner. Clement has it here, feeds it near wing, where it's grabbed by Western Michigan again. Michael Joyo back to center. Ethan Frank, here's Passel over the middle of the line. Toe drag move, trying to go through the slot. Clement broke it up. And the RedHawks here with almost a minute left in the second, up the left wing. Green over the Bronco line, trying to feed it over, but nobody there for the RedHawks. They all went to the bench to change. And Kucherek grabs the near corner of the Bronco end, feeds it back for Michael Joyo, back to center. Gilling grabs it for the RedHawks. In his own end, pass left wing, intercepted by Joyo, going to Bachman. Joyo 1 against 3. Trying to find some room, buy some time, fires a wrist shot near circle over the blocker of Cries. And back to the far corner. Dashke to the near wing. Russell, middle of the ice. Gilling has it on the forehand. Will hit the brakes. Hits it left wing at the red line. Russell chipped it off his stick. They reversed the play. Cornell near circle, offensive zone. Shot over the net. Back to the far corner. McGing has it here. Pletzky far half wall. The chip back to center. Gilling up through the circle. Play broken up at the Bronco line into the skates of Lee. It's now on the stick of Western Michigan's Luke Bafia. And back to center ice where Kapsik here left wing. Playing it to Bachman, and then Bafia intercepts. Bachman hits him hard near corner with 5 seconds to go in the period. Back up the near half wall. Bachman shoves off Bafia there, back to the near wing, and that will do it for the end of the second. 6-3 Western Michigan, the lead after 40. Shots led by the Broncos, 27-22. And we'll take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard tonight with games in progress. As we look across the NCHC tonight, 6:53 is left in the first period in Duluth. Minnesota-Duluth, a 2-0 lead over St. Cloud State. There's 9:03 left in the first period in Omaha, and the Fighting Hawks of North Dakota leading the Mavericks by a score of 1-0 at Baxter Arena. So if North Dakota were to win tonight, Miami would definitely go to Minnesota-Duluth next weekend. But if Minnesota-Duluth were to win and North Dakota were to get no points against Omaha, then the RedHawks would be going to Grand Forks next weekend for the first round of the playoffs. Our second intermission here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, a 6-3 lead for the Western Michigan Broncos over the Miami RedHawks as Western Michigan outscoring Miami 4-2 in the middle frame to take this 6-3 lead into our second intermission. We'll have about a 14-minute break or so. We'll be back with third period action after this in just a moment. You're listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. 6-3, the Bronco lead after 40.
Warma. to the speakers, start speaking. Turn it up to the speakers, start speaking. Speakers, start speaking. Turn it up to the speakers, start speaking. Turn it up to the speakers, start.
6-3, the Western Michigan lead here as we're about to begin the third period of play and the final period of play that these two teams will see in the regular season this year. Out-of-town scores as we've gone through the second intermission here. North Dakota leading at Omaha 2-0 at the end of one. And Minnesota, Duluth, and St. Cloud State also at the end of one at the Amsoil Arena in Duluth. Bulldogs on top of that with 2-0. So Duluth with a win and North Dakota with a win would mean that the RedHawks would go to Duluth for the first round next weekend. As we're waiting for the Miami staff to fill into the bench here before we begin the second. And in face-off at center ice, Paul Washy, Casey Gilling. Gilling and the RedHawks move left to right across your radio here in period number 3. They win the center ice draw, get it all the way down the ice. The icing waved off as Bachman chipped the puck in at the Bronco line. Washy up the far wing. Cornell played it back for Washy at center ice. As Coach Bachman here plays it to the middle. Cam Lee for Western Michigan up the wing. Cornell over the RedHawk line to the circle, trying to drive to the net. The wraparound play. Cross sliding to his left to make the save. And back to Bafia here at the right point, up behind the net for Derek Dashke. Dashke for the RedHawks grabs the puck, comes out of the net on the left wing. Back to the near wing for Casey Gilling. On the right side, will play it in around the boards at center ice. Behind the Western Michigan net, Bafia with the puck. We'll let it go to Green, the near circle. Green wide open, look at the net. Little weak wrist shot, a wide blocker side on Bussy. Western Michigan back the other way, over the line to the left wing. Here's Ethan Frank, cut to the middle, a backhand play for Gallant. Near circle, opens up for the shot. Russell blocked it down. Gallant back to the left point. Bennett the rip there in front, and the RedHawks get it to the far half wall, but Samuelson waiting for the puck for Western. Samuelson far corner, plays it right point. McGing slides it left wing. Bennett the drive. Cross made the save. It's kicked back to center. We're grabbing the puck here. Mateus Samuelson for Western Michigan. Samuelson up through center. McGing over the line on the right wing. Hits the top of the far circle. Let the puck go behind him. The backhand play to the far wing where Samuelson there stick checks it away from Barry. Here's Allison up the boards far side. Played in there by Bennett. Rushoff spins around at the half wall and it's ripped up by Barry. Bentley coming here to Miami. Matt Barry will sit for 2 with 18:22 left here in the third. A tripping minor puts the Broncos back on the power play here in the final frame, and they have a chance to take a 4-goal lead. The Western Michigan power play, it's 1 for 2 on the night. Their power play goal coming in the second period for Paul Washy. Back to the left point. Adder with a puck after they went into the offensive zone. Center point, Joyo. Adder the drive. Left circle. Cross the save. Sliding to his right. As that time Cross sliding, it looked kind of painless for him. That time able to make the play with a bread basket. And the face-off here along the near circle of the Miami end. Monty Graham, Paul Washy. Shots 29-22 in favor of the Broncos. Mahalik wins it near corner. Gets it out. And up to Bachman for a breakaway neutralized. Bachman in on goal. Forehand, backhand. And a pad save by Bussy as it went to the near corner. Adder picks it up there. Gives it far away. What a save by Bussy on Bachman. A wide open look. Passel at the left point. Rims it around the boards to the far wing. Nobody home. Western Michigan will win the race. Washy right point. Cross the ice, feed over to Passel. Picks it up off the boards left wing. Behind the net, grabbed here by Clement. Centering the pass in front. Mahalik grabs it for the RedHawks. Up through the center circle. Chips it right wing. Over the line, Monty Graham down the half wall. Breaks free from Joyo. Bad angle shot. Fought off by the blocker of Bussy. And back to the near corner where it's grabbed here by Washy. Hits the breaks at the half wall. Walks it back to the corner. As the RedHawks here still killing the Barry penalty for 53 more seconds. Back to the far wing, Wade Allison with a move at Green, down the right wing. Here's Lee, a shot, left circle, went wide of the net. And back to the near corner, Allison to the left point, Lee. Stick handles the puck there, back to the near circle. Allison for McGing, the rip. And went wide of the net, McGing looking for the hat trick. Lee to the near corner, grabbed here. Up to the boards comes Dawson DiPietro, cycles it over for Wade Allison, top of the near circle. Allison through the slot, over to Cam Lee, far circle, down low, McGing. Trying to play this one up through the middle to the left point. Went off a stick back to center. DiPietro picks up for the Broncos. RedHawks will change. 15 to go on the Barry Minor. DiPietro over the line to the corner. Hits the brakes there up to Rushoff far half wall. Rushoff walks it below the goal line. Spins around on Frederick behind the net. Back to the right point, Lee. Center line, McGing puts it on the forehand. Corbett breaks up the play at the line. We got a penalty coming up here. Corbett and McGing go after the puck. I think this will be against Western Michigan, and it will. As Dashke picks it up at center ice. Feeds the left wing over the Bronco line. Barry to the far corner. Pletzky on the forehand. The centering play in front, broken up off the skate. Barry grabs it far half wall. Back for Green. Extra attacker on. Cross off the ice. Frederick right point. The shot in to the middle of the ice. Green picks it up far circle. The shot wide of the net by Barry off the side of the twine. And Green here working along the near half wall. McGing trying to touch. He will. And RedHawks will head to a power play of their own now with 15:51 to go in the third. As Corbett, a great job at the RedHawk line trying to get the puck out of the zone. Tied up the defenseman at the point, which I believe was Hugh McGing. And McGing and Corbett battling for the puck. McGing locked him up with a stick. Linesman going to chase McGing, who's over at the Western Michigan bench right now, as McGing didn't know the penalty was called on him. And we'll get our call here from the referees. The Miami power play tonight, that is 2 for 3. And they can make it a 2-goal game here early in the third. Hooking is the call to McGing, as he got a stick up on Corbett when they were going after the puck. And the face-off here is coming to the left of Bussey, as he's got a fix-it equipment issue, tucked his strap in his pants. Washy and Gilling square off in the draw to the near wing. Boffield behind the net to the far corner. Warad there slings it out and all the way behind the Miami net. Right off the power play beginning. Here's Derek Dashke up through the center circle. Feeds the left wing. Green at center. Chips it over the Bronco line to the near half wall. Barry there. Behind the net. Plays a far corner. Green intercepts. Far circle. Walks to the middle with a shot. And a glove save by Bussey. On the right side of his body, got the leather up to make the save. And the chant from the Lawson Lunatics is Bussey Lightyear. Face off to his right. Barry squares off against Washy. Washy the win to the far corner. Back behind the net, the Broncos work it out. Up the near boards and off of them Cam Lee. All the way down the ice. It goes behind the Miami net, picked up here by Derek Dashke. Out of his own end for the RedHawks. Feeds it back to the right wing. Casey Gilling reaches the Bronco line, goes over it to the near circle, shoved to the corner by Mateus Samuelson. A puck loose and cleared all the way back down the ice by Cam Lee. So behind the net here is Ben Cross for the RedHawks. Leaves it for Derek Dashke with a minute to go in the power play. Dashke hits the red line, dishes back for Gordy Green. Up through the center circle over the Bronco line left wing. Cuts to the middle in the far wing. Play broken up. Samuelson the backhand play to the line. Dashke kept it at the point. Barry right circle now with the puck. Takes a break at the half wall, hits the brakes. Leads it middle of the ice is Sladek. That time of the pass tipped away by Courtnall. Courtnall up the right wing will try to win the race, but Dashke stripped him away the puck. Dashke over the Bronco line right wing, plays it to the near corner. Race for the puck, Sladek wins it. Around behind the Bronco net to the far half wall. Bachman meets it left point and slings it behind the Bronco net again. Sladek here in the far corner, lost control. Bachman gobbles it up in the far circle. Left point for Russell over the right wing now for Mahalik. Feeds it near half wall for Pletzky. On the forehand as things calm down, Redhawks set up. Left point Russell, down to the far circle Sladek. Back for Russell, left point. Slides it right wing, Mahalik trying to go in front, and will they score? Alec Mahalik, right point, fed it right to the slot where Karch Bachman waiting for it. He slid it past Boosie on the 5-hole on the ice. A power play goal with 3 seconds left of the man advantage. It's a 2-goal hockey game with 13:54 to go in the third. And Karch Bachman, the senior out of Wolcottville, Indiana, 5th-round pick of the Florida Panthers. And that's his 10th goal of the year. Just the second RedHawk to reach double digits in the goal count this season. His 30th point of the year. And now it's a 6-4 game with 13:50 left here in the third. Puck behind the Western Michigan net after the center ice draw, and back to center. It's played where Russell grabs it left wing at the red line. Try to go to Corbett left side, but it's played back to the Miami end. Under Samuelson got in the way of the pass. Off the glass, Russell plays it. Corbett gloves it down at center, plays it to the near corner behind the Western Michigan net. Bussy there out of his cage of play, trying to wrap it around the boards far wing. Green cut it off. Far circle, Corbett swoops in to grab the puck. The backhand play to the near corner. Monty Graham picks it up for the RedHawks. Shoved off there by Kucherek and back behind the net. Allison has it for Western Michigan. Gets out the 7-iron to chip it back to center beyond. Frederick far circle will grab it for Miami. Up to Corbett and back to the middle of the ice. Monty Graham up ahead for Green, trying to get it past Buffia, but can't. Cam Leo now with the puck near circle, the Bronco end. Gets it on the forehand to play left wing. McGing at center ice. Over the Bronco, or the RedHawk line rather, to the slot. Play broken up by St. Ardley, keeps it in left point. Cam Leo to the corner, hits the brakes, reverses direction. He's tripped up, but no call. Gallant now left point, plays it to the near corner. Grabbed here by McGing. Kapzik lost his stick. McGing hands it off. Gallant move in the circle. The shot. Cross shouldered it to the far side as Western Michigan another try, and it's loose in front. Sladek picks it up for the RedHawks and is trying to skate it by himself out. Feeds Kapzik over on the left wing. And will dump this one into the zone of the far corner. Buffia after in the zone end for Western Michigan. Feeds the near wing for Cam Lee. Lee the play back to center. McGing for Poland over the RedHawk line left wing. Ethan Frank. It's the circle, goes behind the net to the far corner. Frank up the boards here. Leaves it for Bennett, coming down the far wing. In front, Cross. Big rebound to Samuelson. Near circle will just hold it on the forehand and wrap it around the boards to the far side. Passel comes in there trying to look for support. Nobody home. Dashke turns over the puck here to Clement, who gives it up for Savage. The feed up through center. Miss Bachman, who will beat out the icing back behind the Western Michigan net. Bennett and Bachman collide to the end boards. The puck to the far corner. Savage will win the race. Kicks it with his skate against the boards as Bennett shoves up Bachman against the wall with 11:38 to go in the third. Gilling that time. Stick check by Passel. They're back the other way. 2-on-1. Passel and Warad. Passel top of the far circle trying to center it. Great play though by Dashke to break up the pass. Warad near circle back behind the net. Passel in front one-timer. What a save by Cries. Joyo came down the middle, but a penalty's coming up. And it's on Western Michigan as Joyo slid into the net. Mose to the slot. Savage the wrist shot over the net on Bussy. It comes off a stanchion. Joyo the touch. And I guess Miami's getting a power play out of this with 11:11 left in the third and a 6-4 Bronco lead. And the RedHawks a beautiful chance here to make it a one-goal game on the road. They're going to bring Joyo, who came down the middle of the Miami zone and crashed right into Cross after getting a shot. It is goaltender interference on Joyo. The Miami power play on your way when we return. 11:11 left in the third. It's a 2-goal game in Kalamazoo. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Face off to the left of Bussy after the timeout. Miami on the power play after the goaltender interference minor to Michael Joyo, whose brothers Chris played at Miami back a few years ago. Chris was in attendance last night. His family back for the game tonight to watch his brother Chris watching his former team play. Buck along the near half wall. Gilling back to the right point. Dashke the rip behind the net off a shin guard. And back to Barry in the near corner. Finds Gilling right point. They can't connect on the pass. It's all the way down to the near side where Cross plays it for Miami in his own end and behind the net. Derek Dashke out of his own end for the RedHawks up through center. Feeds it on the right wing. Barry over the line to the near circle. Dashke plays it off the end boards back to the right point. Gilling slides it far wing. Gordon Green left wing. Has it for the RedHawks on the forehand. Plays it over to Washi and it's intercepted. Washi up the right wing for the Broncos. Over the line here, cut to the middle of the ice on the forehand. A wrist shot wide of Cross, picked up far corner by Courtnall in the offensive zone. Gilling trying to shove him off the puck. They lock it up on the far half wall. Green works it free behind the Miami net for Dashke. with 53 seconds left. The Miami power play here. 10 minutes left in the third. 6-4 Western Michigan the lead in the final game of the regular season for both of these teams. Here's Mahalik out of his own end for the RedHawks. Feeds it right wing. Sladek over the Bronco line. Chips it behind the net to the far corner. Pletzky the first to touch it. Wraps it around the boards to the right point. Mahalik trying to come in. Pulling, intercepting the feed. Gave it off for Samuelson. Rushed the other way. Samuelson over the RedHawk line left wing. Top of the circle. Fired a shot wide of Kraz. Bachman picks up the rebound. It came out to neutral ice. And swooping through Bronco players left and right and gave it back for Russell, who regroups in the Miami end. With 15 seconds left in the power play. Russell to Mahalik, they're out of the Miami zone. Right wing at center. Sladek got the pass. Cuts to the middle of the ice. Left wing over the Bronco line. Russell, far circle. The power play expiring. Far corner, Bafia gave it up for Lee. Back to the left wing. Here's McGing. They're back to full strength. McGing over the line, left wing. Reaches the circle, the offensive zone. In front, the centering feed. Too far ahead of Gallant. And then Bafia got it on the far half wall to play into Kraz, who makes a breadbasket save with 9 minutes to go here in the third period. A 6-4 lead for the Broncos from Western Michigan over Miami. We're back in a moment. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Nine minutes are left in the third period. Western Michigan 6, Miami 4. Here from Lawson Ice Arena. Western Michigan wins the offensive zone draw to the left of Kraz. Back to the right point. Rushoff kicks it to center. Kucherek, the backhand shovel behind the net where Kraz stops it for the RedHawks. Let it go behind the cage. Russell the near wing for Gordy Green back at center. Green hits the red line over the Bronco line on the right side. A wrist shot in, a rip there. And a glove save by Bussy, who makes the cover to his right with 8:40 left here in the third. Western Michigan leads the shots 31-27. They lead the score 6-4. And a quick check here at the out-of-town scoreboard as we get a second. It's still 2-0 Minnesota Duluth at the start of the second, and still 2-0 North Dakota at the start of the second. So if that was the way things ended tonight, then Miami will be going to Duluth next weekend. Allison in his own end, the play back to the far circle, grabbed here by Joyo, off the boards for Allison. Plays in middle of the ice, Kucherek on it for the Broncos. Over the line on the left wing, Kucherek down the boards, feeds it top of the near circle, DiPietro in front, patted by Kraz near corner. Capstick to grab here for the RedHawks, and it's back to center. Kucherek right wing, plays it behind the net, Kraz grabs it for the RedHawks, leaves it back for Mahalik. Feeds it near corner, Capstick up the wing for Barry, stops it at the red line there on the right wing and gave it up to Lee, who was coming in to take it away. Lee takes it back to his own end, feed far side, Bafia up through center, pass it over the line on the left wing, has it on the forehand. Trying to toe drag it to the circle past Clement, but Clement walks him to the near boards where the puck comes free, and Casey Gilling feeds it left wing up through center. Bachman off the near boards and over the line on the right wing, went off the linesman back to center ice where Clement feeds it over to Dashke, the play to the near corner. Lee loves it down there and is hit by Green, but will not give up the puck. Lee the pitching wedge back to center and beyond, where Dashke here grabs it behind the Miami net. Derek Dashke up through the far circle. We'll walk this one up through center ice, off the near boards, all the way down, and this will be an icing call as Dashke trying to feed Casey Gilling on the right wing. But Gilling 10 feet away from the pass, and this one will come all the way back to the left of Kraz with 7:16 left in the third. A 6-4 Bronco lead over Miami. Casey Gilling, Paul Washy in the draw, one back to Dashke far corner, off the glass back to center, where Bachman here gave it up. And Samuelson left wing, hits Washi over the line, back for Cornell, toe drag to the slot, plays a near circle, intercepted there by Frederick. As it's taken over here by Jason Poland along the near wing. Behind the net, Washi in front, Poland can't get a shot off as he got a centering field. We got a penalty coming up here, I think it's on Miami. As Poland coming through the crease from the near side to the far side. Somebody hooked him and he went down and able to get a shot off, and the RedHawks here are gonna have to kill. And the guilty one is going to be Monty Graham with 6:54 to go in the third. A 6-4 Bronco lead. They're going to the power play. A power play that's 1 for 3 tonight for Western Michigan. And they have a chance to possibly put this one to bed here as we reach the late stages of the final period. Austin Rushoff, Casey Gilling in the draw to the left of Cross. Miami wants a chance. They got to kill this one off. Back to the right point, Cam Lee has the puck on the forehand. Top of the near circle, McGing looking for the hat trick. Fed it center line, Lee fan on the one-timer. It's cycled back behind the net to the near half wall. McGing in the corner, tripped up by Corbett, no call. Back for Sinard in the corner who picked up the loose puck. It rims around the boards, back to the left point. Lee on it, walks the line to the middle. Fires a slap shot, then back for McGing. Near circle the shot, Cross the save, sprawls out in front of him. And players pushing it, shoving each other everywhere. After Cross made the cover with 6:27 to go in the third. 38-27, the Broncos lead the shots as Lee faked the slap shot, center point, fed it near circle to McGing, who had a wide open look, Cross the breadbasket save. And for Hugh McGing, who's right behind Gordon Green in career points, coming in 113 career points. Gordon Green 114 career points for Miami, so McGing and Green battling it out for the lead in the NCHC career points battle. And McGing with another goal tonight could have a hat trick. Haddard slides it right point. Stopping it there, Joyo pass to the far circle. Passel returns to Joyo right point. Opens up on the forehand, back for Passel, far half wall. Joyo ripped from the line, wide of Cross. It went off his skate in front. RedHawks can't clear. Passel far circle to rip over the net on the wrist shot. Back to the near half wall. Haddard has the puck but lost control. Green the clean sweep. And a 2-on-1 the other way. Green and Bachman. Green left wing. Bachman the shot way over the net. It rims around to the near half wall. Washi grabs it at center ice for Western Michigan. Feeds pass it over the line right wing, but they're offside. And Miami here will grab the puck in their own end as Western Michigan regroups. Frederick will clear all the way down with 47 seconds to go on the Bronco power play. 5:40 left here in the third. Western Michigan on their own end, feed to the near wing. Wade Allison has it over center ice. Far circle, Bafia the shot. And a pad save there by Cross, who makes the cover with 5:29 to go here in the third. A 6-4 lead for the Western Michigan Broncos. Face off to the left of Cross. Rushoff will battle it out with Johnson. One back to the far corner. Russell here trying to slap it far half wall. Rushoff for Allison in the corner. Back to the right point, Lee. Slides it left wing. DiPietro top of the near circle. In front, they score! Wade Allison wide open in front of the net on the right post. Waiting for the tip. Got a beautiful feed and slid it past the left pad of Ben Kreis. 5:18 left in the third. 3-goal Bronco lead, 7-4. And Wade Allison adds his name to an extensive list of goal scorers tonight. Fans beginning to exit here at Lawson Ice Arena as McGing and Johnson square off at center ice. Clean win back for Mahalik. Off the boards at center. Sladek trying to chip it forward. It goes off the glove of McGing and up the right wing and behind the net. Grabbed there by Bussey. Feeds it far corner for Bennett. Off the boards to Gallant. Left wing, here's Capstick. Feeds it over to Mose. Wrist shot up high. Bussey the save. Rebound kick to the near corner. And the Miami offensive zone. Johnson back at center. Shoved off there by Frank. Frank over the line here on the left wing. Gets to the circle. The feed in front. Nobody home. Gets his own pass back. And in front they score. McGing with a hat trick. The puck bounced off the pad of Cries. McGing waiting for it, left post. Shoved it past him. Hats rain down on the ice at Lawson Ice Arena. Western Michigan 8, Miami 4. 4:44 to go in the third. And Western Michigan will bring Bussey out of the game in net and put in Will Massey, the senior out of Penfield, New York, who's going to make his second career appearance, his first of the year. They handed out free sunglasses to the student section before the game tonight, and those continue to rain down. In fact, there's more pairs of sunglasses on the ice than hats. .27 are the shots in favor of Western Michigan. So I think the Broncos, as North Dakota taking a 3-0 lead at Omaha in the second. So I think the Miami is going to be going to Duluth next weekend based on that result. And the crowd here at Kalamazoo, the capacity crowd, seeing their hometown Broncos put on a spectacular performance on the ice tonight. Courtnall at the right point, offensive zone, chips it to the far half wall, is pulling here, gets it behind the net to Dashke for McGing with a hat trick. It's his 46th career goal, 13th of the year. Bennett gloves down the puck in the Western Michigan zone, up the left wing, pass over the line for the Broncos, trying to toe drag it in on Frederick. Frederick near corner, Frank plays it left wing, Lee at the point, wrist shot in, cross glove save. With 3:56 left here in the third. 8-4, the Broncos lead it. And we'll have our final media timeout of the game here from Kalamazoo. Western Michigan 8, Miami 4. Late stages of the third, 3:56 to go in, and this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Teams return to the ice here with 3:56 left in the third after our final media timeout. 8-4, the Broncos lead it. Back behind the net, Russell with a puck for the RedHawks near corner. Ethan Frank up the boards for Western Michigan. Back for Russell in the corner. The backhand play off the glass to center. Lee gloves it down there for the Broncos. Left wing for Frank. Gave it off for Passold over the line. Gets to the circle, wrist shot behind the net. As Frank here picks it up in the far corner for Western Michigan. Up the far boards, Corbett with it. Gave it up, Frank behind the net. Passold for Western Michigan. It's the far corner. And up the far wing, Passold here with a puck right point. The wrist shot in, Cross the pad save near corner. Cam Lee behind the net. Backhand play in the near circle, Warad on it. Feeds it center line for Kucherek. The wrist shot deflects up and out of play. With 3:09 to go here in the third, an 8-4 Bronco lead. Shots are 43-28 in favor of Western Michigan. As Monty Graham will score off the draw here against Paul Washy to the right of Ben Cross. One back, pulling right side. Left point, they slide it over. Kucherek to the near corner. It's Washy there. Hit hard against the boards. Pulling far circle for Western Michigan. Takes it back behind the net, feeds it on the near circle, back to the left point. Kucherek slides it right away. Joyo plays it behind the cage. As Monty Graham here puts it into the right corner of the Miami zone. Western Michigan gets it. High slot, Courtnall here working on Gilling, but they get it back to center as the student section here at Kalamazoo chants "Sexy Seniors." 9 seniors on her before the game, playing their final regular season home game for Western Michigan tonight. Of course, they're going to be home next weekend in the playoffs, but either against St. Cloud State or Omaha. Bucket center, Passel almost had a breakaway down the right wing. Good play by Clement to break it up. Passel hits the brakes along the far half wall down to the far corner. Plays it in front. Cross there, patted it away as Gilling, the backhand play up for Pletzky. And at the red line is Bennett. Bennett plays it ahead, chipped in there by Passel to the far corner. Grabbed by Dashke behind his own cage. To the far corner for Clement. Off the boards, finds Karch Bachman, who's over the line here on the left wing for the RedHawks. Wrist shot wide to the net, back to the near circle where it's chipped off the boards, back to center. Dashke for the RedHawks had to get it back to his own end for Russell behind the Miami net. 1:43 left here in the third. Here's Dashke. Slides in left wing at center ice for Bachman. If you can hear the student section coming up with some pretty creative chants. Courtnall, near circle, Western Michigan offensive zone. Backhand play, right point. Bafia, wrist shot. Left save there by Kraz. 1:25 to go in the third. And the Broncos, if you remember, put in their goaltender, the senior Will Massey, number 31, out of Penfield, New York. He's only making his second career appearance. And they put him in after the McGing hat-trick in the 8th Bronco goal of the night. Warad and Perry square off in the far circle, one to the far corner. Russell off the glass, back to center. Corbett gloves it down. He's over the middle of the blue line here for the RedHawks. Into the near circle, Corbett hits the brakes. Means a right point, Frederick on it. And the shot right to the breadbasket there of Will Massey. First save of the year for him. Crowd loves it. 1:12 left in the third. So with North Dakota up 3-0 at Omaha, they're halfway through that one at Baxter Arena. Of course, we all know if you're a Miami hockey fan, it's not over till it's over. And if that result holds up and the Fighting Hawks prevail, the Miami is going to play the Bulldogs of Minnesota Duluth in the first round next weekend. Mafia wraps it around the boards to the far wing from center ice. Caps taking the far corner for Miami, first to the puck, can't work it out. Forechecked here by Washi, who gets it right point. Kucherek turns down low, Washi in the corner. Capstick up for Gilling. Needs it near wing, and Gordon Green will come after it here for the RedHawks. Over the line right wing is Gordon Green to the near corner. Lays it behind that far wing. Sinard, Green back up top. Bachman there, let it go. Courtnall back the other way, 33 seconds left. Break up the left wing. Courtnall centering feed to Washi, and he couldn't get a shot off. Bachman, good defensive play from behind to stick check him. Joyo in his own end, feeds it left wing. Courtnall, give and go. And it's to the left point for Frank. They're saying, hey, goodbye. Monty Graham, left wing at center. Chase Pletzky, right side for Clement, off the glass. Here's Passel, grabs a loose puck. 3, 2, and 1 seconds left. And the Western Michigan Broncos will win on senior night, 8-4. They sweep the Miami RedHawks this weekend. Western Michigan, 41 points, moves to third in the NCHC standings. And they sweep Miami here in Kalamazoo in the final weekend of the regular season in the NCHC. 8-4 your final, 44 shots for the Broncos, 29 for Miami. As the RedHawks' biggest question coming out of this game is going to be, is Ryan Larkin okay? As he went down in the first period, got run over by Western Michigan's Rhett Kingston, who got a game misconduct back in the first. Larkin immediately exited after that. Ben Cross came in. And Cross himself gave up at least 6 goals. He did give up 6. And that one is going to be the mystery this week. Is Larkin going to be okay to play next weekend at what appears to be Duluth? So that'll do it for us here on Red Hawk Radio from Kalamazoo this weekend. We thank you so much for listening to our broadcast both last night and tonight. As Western Michigan sweeping Miami here at home this weekend at Lawson Ice Arena. The Lunatics love it as the Broncos salute the fans at center ice. And we'll exit here on senior night. 9 seniors playing their final home game. And thank you, seniors, the chant from the hometown crowd. So the RedHawks finished the regular season in 7th place in the NCHC standings, as they will end with 20 points on the year. And that'll do it for us here for Kalamazoo this weekend. 8-4, Broncos win the lead. Stay tuned to our Twitter pages for Red Hawk Radio and our YouTube channel for upcoming sports broadcasts. It could be basketball playoffs coming up on Monday. It could be hockey playoffs next weekend against Duluth. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for those updates. Until then, in Kalamazoo, 8-4, the Broncos lead it. Patrick Geshan saying so long, good night from Kalamazoo, Michigan. This has been a presentation of Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. We thank you so much for listening, and please have a great night as Miami swept on the road to end the NCHC regular season. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great night, everyone.